Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, PrincetonTrader.com, here for NTMarkets.com with your Tuesday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, S&P 500 E-mini futures. This is a daily chart, and we're in an interesting juncture right now in the market. The bulls tried to take it up. They did as high as 1904 yesterday, and the afternoon was really about not being able to get above that 96 area. We essentially did a double top in the 95-96 area, and then we pushed lower all afternoon. That was an opportunity really for the bulls to kind of break it out over 96 and control the second part of the afternoon and really put a stamp on the day. What they did was they went all the way back down to the area of the weekly pivot that we talked about yesterday, 68 to 70. It closed on it. I didn't touch it. We did exit our shorts, but we didn't get long the weekly pivot, which is not unusual for me. But at 3:58 in the afternoon, at the end of the day, at the end of what's been was a really good day and it's been a really good month, I didn't want to mess with it. And in retrospect, I'm glad I didn't, because we went down and traded down to the 50 to 52 area, which was an area that Stan over at the Art of Chart had pointed out for everybody in the room yesterday as we were heading into the close. We bounced from there. The Europeans potentially have stolen another low there at 3:30 in the morning. Now we're back over the weekly pivot. We've traded up close to 1880, and I'm going to be very interested to see how this plays out. You've got a potential for a higher low there with a toe hold at 1850 versus the 1804s. The bulls, though, have to finish the job, get back over yesterday's high, and then they can start to make a move up towards the middle Bollinger Band there, which is the green line up at 1940. What happens up there remains to be seen, but I think that yesterday is a reminder to us all that ultimately these rallies are sells. The bears remain in control of the tape, and ultimately the rallies are sells. The bulls are going to come in. They're going to have their moments. What I would say to the bulls is, you better hold 1850 today. You need to build on the momentum from Globex. Don't do what you did yesterday, which was to go ahead and put in a high there in mid-afternoon and then just lay down. Because there's only so many times you're going to get away with that before the market's just going to go ahead and test new lows. I'm leery of an ultimate move higher here because there was so much damage done below the weekly pivot in Globex. 16 handles worth of damage. RTH may want to go down and retest those areas, and if that retested low from the overnight breaks, then you start to see the area of 1804 get magnetized. I don't think in a big off the cliff kind of a thing, but just in a gradual move down to test and see if that really is good support. So both sides made some mistakes in the last 24 hours. The bulls really wanted, or the bears really needed to just turn the weekly pivot into resistance here in Globex, and they've given it up to the tune of 12 handles. So both sides have made some mistakes, and now we've got to see who's going to pay for those mistakes. So I'm flat. I'm waiting for RTH, and we'll see how it goes. That's all I've got. Follow us on Twitter at Princeton Trader. Check out the website. Come check out the chat room. Had another big day yesterday in the room, and we had a lot of new trials in, and it's so good to see people coming in to check out the room and see if it's something that speaks to them. And we'd love to meet you. It's a great week to come in and learn with a lot of people that would learn right along with them. So everybody have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade them well, everybody.